Number 22, Addie Carpenter. Number 4, Lily Johnson. Number 5, Maddie Perigo. 00, Marissa Kaiser. Number 11, Addie Moorhead. Number 19, Zoe Culberson. Number 7, Oakley Herring. Number 6, Avery Price. Number 18, Blair Culberson. Welch. Number 7, Addie Camden. Number 3, Regan Hunt. Number 9, Carly Falls. Number 5, Elena Robertson. Number 4, Miranda Thacker. Number 55, Haven Tyree. Number 25, Serenity Diener. Number 17, Maddie Seaman. Number 2, Megan Tweedy. Your manager, Brandon Welch. Coach, Richard Falls. And Coach Hunter Welch. Today, our officiating staff for this game will be behind the plate, Mr. Justin Beagle. On the first base side, Mr. Milton Lawson. And on the third base side, Mr. Dan Gerald. Another game is about to begin. One team must lose, the other will win. So let's get started with this event. We will all play fair and give 100%. Let's play Dixie softball. Mr. Umpire, the field is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to JockJive Sports. This is Trey James, and I just want to say this is the accumulation of a long week. What was supposed to be over by Monday, this past Monday, is now hopefully going to be coming to a conclusion due to the rain. Mother Nature was not behaving herself, and I am just glad to be here at the final game of the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series. It will be North Carolina facing off against Virginia. Virginia is the home team in this slot, and North Carolina is the away team. And we will play 7 innings of girls softball. I am really happy and excited to be here. It has been a great experience, aside from the weather. I really didn't like Mother Nature this week because she caused a lot of aggravation and grief for many, many people. 600 people, players and coaches had descended on this town to come and play great softball. 10 states were represented, and we are ready to finalize and wrap it up. North Carolina has gone undefeated throughout the entire tournament. Virginia has lost only 1. And now that we are getting close to start, the catcher for Virginia has just thrown the ball down to the second baseman to signify that they are ready as they gather at the mound. North Carolina is coming to the plate, and the batting order will be number 22, Carpenter. I'm sorry, let me get the first name. Addie Carpenter. She is the third base.
Addie Camden. Leading off for the North Carolina State
Here we go. Hold on a second.
Number 22, starting third baseman, Addie Carpenter.
Okay, so Addie Camden is the pitcher for Virginia, and her battery mate is Regan Hunt, number 3. The first pitch is a ball. At the plate is number 22, Addie Carpenter. She is the third baseman for North Carolina. She will be followed by Lily Johnson, number 4. And in the third slot, number 5, Maddie Perigo will be following up. Lily Johnson plays right field for North Carolina. Perigo is one of the extra players. Count now is 2-1 to Carpenter. No outs here in the top of the first. Let's get it on. Base hit to, just inside, or just outside the foul line. That is a foul ball, so the count is even 2-2. Count is even 2-2. Addie Camden has the ball on the mound. Carpenter is back in the box with the count 2-2. And that pitch is batted into left field, and a diving catch, or a jumping catch, my apologies, jumping catch by left fielder Bridget Jones. So it is a fly out or a F7 as you score it at home if you got your score sheets open. So that is 1 out. And that pitch is batted into just above or just out of the reach of the shortstop. And that was Johnson, Lily Johnson, who gets a single. And that was on the first pitch of the bat.
Now batting number 5, Maddie Perigo.
So Carpenter is at first. Johnson, I'm sorry, not Carpenter. Johnson is at first. And here we go, the second baseman gets the ball. That is out. He tags out Johnson, who's going to second, and then the pitch is, the second baseman throws it over to the first baseman and gets the player outside. It is a 4-3 double play. Okay, as we head to the bottom of the first, Virginia will come to the plate. They will bring number 12, Nani Brown, who's the shortstop. Number 15, Bridget Jones, is the left field. And number 1, Emily Welch, who is the catcher for Virginia. It's been a long road here, folks. I got to tell you, this started with the ceremonies on last Friday. Had the games start on Saturday, and halfway through Saturday, we had some torrential rain come in and wash out the remainder of the day. And then Sunday, we had a very long day from 8:30 in the morning till after midnight, early Monday morning. And then Monday we had some rainouts. Tuesdays we had some rainouts. And here we are on Wednesday, still playing, where if Mother Nature played nice, all this would have been over with by Monday. So we are here. Doesn't matter how we got here, we are here. And let's see who the pitcher is. Zoe Culberson, sorry, number 19, Zoe Culberson is the pitcher from North Carolina. Her battery mate is Marissa Kaiser, and she has caught the entire series. The tournament, she's been behind the plate every time I've watched, so I imagine that she has done it for all the other games that my cohort, Robert Williamson, who's called the other games. It's just, she is built for being a catcher. She's done a great job. She has a terrific arm. We had a few drops here earlier, and I swear I thought we were going to get more rain, but looks like Mother Nature is behaving. We do have dark clouds.
North Carolina, number 19, Zoe Culberson.
As the announcer announces the pitcher.
For the Virginia State champions, starting shortstop, number 12, Nani Brown.
So Nani Brown comes into the batter's box, number 12. She is the shortstop for Virginia. Nani Brown did a great job pitching the previous game against Alabama. She pitched the entire game, held them in check, and did a marvelous job. And that is shot down to shortstop, and he catches it and brings it over to the first baseman for the first out. First pitch, first out.
Stepping into the box, starting left fielder, number 15, Bridget Jones.
Here comes number 15, Bridget Jones, the left fielder. She has been a terror on the base paths. Every time I look up, she's on there. Heck of a player there. Called strike to Jones. Culbertson looks at her forearm band. High ball one. If you're just joining us and you haven't seen any of the previous games, you'll notice that the pitcher, the catcher, and the infielders all have these bands on their arms. And it kind of lets them know that, and the coaches will shout out codes. And this is how they're supposed to set up in the field and what pitches to deliver, depending on the batter. So this helps them get in position. And both teams have them. All the teams had them. So it just helps them get the game to another level. So that's second ball. There's 2-1 to count to Jones with one out here in the bottom of the first. And the pitch, high ball 3. Culbertson is kind of gathering her thoughts out there. She wants to know that she can do this. As she spins the ball and gets ready to deliver the pitch to Jones. As Jones offers up a bunt try that is missed, is now strike 2. Jones has a full count against her with one out here in the bottom of the first. Blue seems to agree. Oh, she offered up at that. She's going to check. She did not swing. She goes down to first. It is a walk. She almost got herself in trouble there, but she held off. Oh, do not pay attention. That was a mistake. I meant to hit the negative sign on the software. That was not supposed to be a strikeout. My apologies. Okay, so we have one on, one out, and Emily Welch, number 1, the catcher, is at the plate. She offers up a bunt and stops, but then the Kaiser throws the ball down to second base to try and catch Jones, who does not get there, or she gets there in time. And now Jones is on second. Welch gets back in the box. Count is 0-1 to her. High ball 1. And as usual, all the chanting's coming out from both dugouts. Ball 2. 2-1 to count. My apologies, forgot to have that one strike added there. So that's 2-1 to count to Welch. And the pitch from Culbertson, swing and a miss, strike 2. It amazes me how much noise the kids can make here from all the chanting and singing and everything. When I was done one day, I went back to the hotel and it was so quiet, I was like, wow, it is really quiet. You just get used to the noise here. But it's great. Ball 3. Welch works a full count. Welch gets in. Culbertson delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Welch strikes out, bringing 2 outs to the inning.
Now batting starting pitcher, number 7, Addie Camden.
Number 5, I'm sorry, scratch that. Number 7, Addie Camden, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Culbertson looks in on the catcher. Catcher gets down, and the pitch is delivered. And that hit to the third baseman. Swings it over to the first base. It is now out. So the third baseman, looking for the Addie Carpenter, throws out Camden by throwing it over to Addie Moorhead for the final out of the inning. And if you're keeping score at home, that's a 5-3 putout. All right, that's it for the first inning. 1 down, 6 to go.
Virginia 0.
Okay, so in the top of the second, we will have Marissa Kaiser. Is that a hiccup there? Marissa Kaiser, she is the catcher, as I've stated before. Then we have number 11, Addie Moorhead, the first baseman, and number 19, Zoe Culberson, the pitcher. They will be the first three batters coming to the plate. On the mound for Virginia is Addie Camden. Make sure I got that right. Yes, Addie Camden. She's number 7, and her battery mate is number 3, Reagan Hunt. I'm sorry. Did I just read that incorrectly? No. The way they have it, Reagan Hunt's playing second base. I'm sorry. They write it in as shortstop left field, and I'm used to having it in the numbers in my head, so I have to translate it. The catcher is Emily Welch. Number 1, Emily Welch, is the battery mate to the pitcher, Addie Camden. All right, here we go in the top of the second.
North Carolina, starting catcher, 00, Marissa Kaiser.
And Kaiser steps in close to the batter's box. Now she's in it. She is ready. We are here in the top of the second. No score. And we are on the Grayson P. Austin Field that will host the final game in the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series. As a called strike by the umpire. Oh, and 1 to count to Kaiser. High, ball 1. Alrighty, here comes Kendall with the pitch, and it's fouled off, and that was a nasty foul. That sounded loud. All right, Kaiser's back in the box. 1 and 2 the count. Ball 2. And the pitch from Camden. That is fouled away. It would appear that the umpire has an unlimited supply of softballs in his pouch. That is not the case, because they are limited, and all these balls are getting hit out of the playing area, have to be retrieved and brought back to the umpire. 2 and 2 the count. High, ball 3. Kaiser works a full count at her plate appearance. And the pitch from Camden, and that is drilled to the left side at foul. If that was straightened out a little bit, it would have been gone. Count remains 3 and 2. And the ball slowly rolls back to the pitcher. So Addie Camden gets back out on the mound. Kaiser gets back into the box. And we are ready to continue. High, ball 4. Kaiser draws a walk.
With a runner on base, coming to the bat, starting first baseman, number 11, Addie Moorhead.
There you go. Addie Moorhead, number 11. She is the first baseman for North Carolina. So that's ball 1 was the first pitch to Moorhead. And the pitch is high, ball 2. Moorhead is the only person I know of so far that has hit a home run, or at least me watching the games, with broadcasting the games. Moorhead's the only person that's hit a home run so far in this tournament. And that's foul straight up into the backstop. That leads the count to 2-1. So with Kaiser waiting on first, Moorhead has 2-1 count, and she helps a pop all the way high in the sky, and it drops. The shortstop had availability to get it, but thought the center fielder was coming in. Oh, we got a traffic jam at second base, and that. What happened? I don't know what the call was on that person at first, at Moorhead. Kaiser is at third right now. Kaiser's at third. I don't know what the call was for the Moorhead at first. Looks like she's still on the bag. She is still on the bag, waiting on Blue's confirmation whether she is safe or out. Okay, the Blue crew is going to get together, and that is not Blue Clues. That's the Blue crew. All right, as it stands, sorry about that. That is not a strikeout. Okay, craziness ensued on that play. What happened was the Moorhead was going to second, thinking that Kaiser was going to third, but Kaiser backed up and went back to second. And now you had a log jam, so Moorhead had to go back, all because the shortstop, Brown, was thought that the center fielder was coming in to get the ball, and it fell in between the shortstop and center field. So with that being said, no runs scored yet, but now we have a 0-1 count to Zoe Culberson, who just shot a screamer past the pitcher, and she is out at first. Kaiser scores from third. Moorhead goes to second. So now we only have Kaiser at second. I'm sorry, Moorhead at second. Score 1-0 North Carolina. And Herring coming to the plate. So Culberson basically grounded out, so it's a 4-3 out because the second baseman threw the ball to first base. But it was deflected off the glove of Camden, the pitcher, and it was shot with such ferocity that it almost took her glove off. All right, Herring now has 2 strikes on her. Sorry, I didn't record the first one. I'm the only one here. And that is popped up, dropped by the second baseman. Herring is safe. Herring is safe. Moorhead did not advance because it was only 1 out on this hole so far. And that was done by Culberson. But Herring is safe at first. The second baseman for Virginia is Reagan Hunt. She had the ball in the glove. It popped out when she hit the ground. The ground caused the fumble, and to use another term from a different sport. And she was able to get the throw off to their first baseman, Carly Falls, but not in time because Herring looked like she was being chased by an axe-wielding maniac. All right, so we have a huddle at the mound. Another terminology from another sport. Okay, so what we got now is 1 out, 2 on. Let me get that updated. So it's first and second, and that is Moorhead at second, Herring at first. Price is coming to the plate.
Starting left fielder, Avery Price.
So number 6, Avery Price, the left fielder for North Carolina, is coming to the plate. Camden gets into position and pitches, and Price lays down a bunt that goes out of bounds. So that is strike 1 to Price. So 0-1 to Price with 1 out here in the top of the second. The score is 1-0 North Carolina. And Price lays down a good bunt in front of the catcher. The catcher comes up and gets it. She's out at first, but the runners advance. Moorhead and Herring advance. They are now at third and second, respectively. So Price did her job, sacrificing her position to advance the runners. So now with 2 outs, we have
now batting 18, Blair Culberson.
Blair Culberson, the shortstop, number 18. She is at the plate and has 1 ball on her. So 2 outs, 2 on, 1-0 to count to Culberson. She lays down a slow roller to the third baseman, who gets over there and is missed by the first baseman. So Culberson stays at first base waiting while Moorhead comes in and scores. It was kind of like a half-hearted swing that slowly rolled up to the third baseman for Virginia, which is Miranda Thacker, who's a really good third baseman. She has a great arm, and she threw it over there, and the first baseman was not able to handle the throw. And Culberson advances to second. No throw on the play due to Herring being at third base. That's 0-2. Sorry, let me adjust this count here. 0-2 with 2 outs. And at the plate we have number 10, Emmy Rushing. She is the center fielder. And fouled at the last second, so the count remains 0-2 with 2 outs. 2 on, 2 outs, and the count 0-2 to Rushing. Here comes the pitch from Camden. And that is knocked down to the third baseman, who throws it over to the first, and now that is it for the inning. That is the third out recorded, and we will head to the bottom of the second, and the score being 2-0 North Carolina over Virginia. So if you're scoring at home, that was a 6-3 putout, and in the next inning, the next time North Carolina climbs up, it will be number 9 Bates, number 3 Motley, and number 22 Carpenter in the third inning. So right now, we have Virginia coming to the plate. Number 3 Reagan Hunt will be batting off, or leading off. Number 9 Carly Falls will be behind her, and number 5 Elena Robertson will be the third batter. So we're in the bottom of the second inning right now. North Carolina leading Virginia 2-0, and the players are now meeting at the mound. This is a normal occurrence. They're all just like giving each other encouragement and everything. If you see you can see the outfielders here. They're having a little dance out there. See, that's what the game's about. They should really be having a lot of fun doing this. And I hope they are, because that's what they're here for. They want to win, obviously, but so does Virginia, and I don't blame them. But it's just like they should be having fun. All right, the first pitch from Moorhead is low and inside. Oh, I'm sorry, Culberson, not Moorhead.
Second baseman, number 3, Reagan Hunt.
Zoe Culberson is pitching. Kaiser brings the ball back to her, so that is 1-0 is the count at this point. Reagan Hunt swings, strike 1. Evens the count, 1-1. And the pitch from Culberson is low and inside, ball 2. The sun is out, and that is a monumental task around here because it's been raining a lot. But hopefully we can get this game in. And that is fouled back to the catcher's mask. Strike 2. You heard the whack. And the ball fouled off and hit Kaiser right in the mask and ricocheted off. And the pitch from Culberson. Strike 3 looking. Hunt is caught off guard.
Coming into the box, starting first baseman, number 9, Carly Falls.
And I agree with the announcer. It is number 9, Carly Falls, coming to the plate. She bats left-handed. And let me set everything back to 0. There we go. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Alrighty. Culberson looks like she's ready. The umpire down at first base looks like he's ready. The home plate umpire says go. Ball, little high. Good eye by Falls. And the wind is blowing right to left. Pitch is high, ball 2. Almost a similar location as the first one. Yeah, the wind is, you can see the flags from this shot that they are blowing almost a full exposure. But from first to third, that's how the wind is going. That is outside, ball 3. Falls is working it. Culberson steps back for a second, then gets back out on the pitcher's mound. Looks in her catcher, Kaiser, and delivers a pitch. Swing and a miss. Falls got a little under that. Two and 2 to count, with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Strike 2. Oh, my mistake. That was the second strike. Now comes the third. So that is a strikeout.
Number 5, Alina Robertson.
So we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. So that's 2 strikes by Culberson, or 2 strikeouts by Culberson here in the inning. That's fouled back by Robertson. That's number 5, Elena Robertson. She is one of the extra players. Called strike 2. Oh, and 2 to Robertson here. And the pitch from Culberson. Low, ball 1. All right, Robertson's back in the box. Low and inside. 2 and 2 evens the count. And the pitch, high, ball 3. Robertson works a full count after being down 0 and 2. That's quite a feat. Full count. 2 outs, bottom of the second. North Carolina leading 2-0 over Virginia. And Zoe Zolberson gets back and about to deliver the pitch. Fouled back by Robertson. She does not want her bat to end. There she goes. She's getting back in the box now. She is set. She is ready. And the pitch is grounded down to third base. Third baseman picks it up, throws it over for third and final out. That is it for the second inning. So Robertson grounds down to Addie Carpenter, who then throws it over to Addie. No, it's an Addie out. So Addie Carpenter throws to Addie Moorhead for the final out. And if you keep it score at home, that's a 5-3 put out. Okay, here we go. Top of the third, 2 down, 5 to go. Now, during the tournament, I mentioned earlier that North Carolina has not lost a game yet, and Virginia has lost 1. If more Virginia, let me see if I can do this properly here. North Carolina loses to Virginia this game, then a playoff game would be done, because then each team would have lost one, and then the winner of that game would then go on to win the World Series. If North Carolina wins this game, the World Series is over, because they would not have lost a game at all. All right, Virginia takes the field. Camden is reaching down, grabbing her mask. I think she might have one or two more throws ready for her. And get practice in. Okay, we got number 4, Miranda Thacker, the third baseman. Number 55, Haven Tyree, the center fielder. And number 25, Serenity Diener, will be batting third in this inning.
Leading off for North Carolina.
Sorry. I knew I did it wrong. North Carolina's up now. It'll be number 9, Bree Bates. She's, it happens. Number 9, Bree Bates, hits it down to the pitcher, who throws it over the first base for a quick out. That was the first pitch, first out of the inning. She will be followed up, so that's a 1-3 put out. Number 3, Jalen Motley comes to the plate. She is one of the extra batters. And she comes in batting right. Camden throws the ball. Motley drills it into left field. Left fielder picks it up. Jones picks it up, brings it back into the field. And so Motley is safe at first. And there is time now on the field. Coach for Virginia is now telling the switch. The second baseman, Reagan Hunt, is now becoming the pitcher, and the pitcher is now becoming the second baseman. So with Motley safe at first, we bring in number 22, Addie Carpenter. She will be, Reagan Hunt will be given as many pitches as necessary to get herself warmed up. And then when she signifies that she's ready, then the umpires will get back into position, and we will continue the game with 1 out here in the top of the third. All right, as Hunt receives the rosin bag from the coach, reaches down, grabs her mask, and then is starting to get ready for the remainder of the inning. So number 22, Addie Carpenter, steps into the box.
Starting third baseman, 22, Addie Carpenter.
1 out, 1 on to Carpenter. Low ball 1. Hunt delivers. High ball 2. Welch throws the ball back to Hunt. And bunted down the right side, or left side, sorry about that, 30 base side. Safe. Carpenter is safe at first. She ran like she was running for the ice cream truck. I think she would have caught it too.
Number 4, Lily Johnson.
Okay, Lily Johnson now at the plate. She plays right field, number 4. So we have first and second, 1 out here in the top of the third. And the pitch and drop down on the third base line. She falls down. Is she in time? She is. She is out at third base by force. So Herring is out at third. Hold on. They're now meeting. So we had first and second with Motley on second, Carpenter on first, and Johnson was laying down a bunt. So what is the call? All right. Motley is out. Carpenter's at second. Johnson's at first. And we have 2 outs. So 2 outs here in the top of the third. Score remains 2-0. And we have Perigo, number 5, at the plate. Strike 1 is the call. So Carpenter on second, Johnson at first, Perigo at the plate, 2 outs, and the pitch. A little high. And the pitch from Hunt, swing and a miss, strike 2. And the pitch. That was a save me hit by Perigo. That was low, and she thought it was going to be a strike still, but she whacked it out of bounds. So the count remains 2. Oh, I'm sorry, missed the ball there. So it's 2-2. 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Hunt pitches. See, it was 1-2. The scorekeeper adjusted. They make mistakes over there too. We're only human. But so the count now officially is 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Perigo waits the throw from Hunt. Oh, she snacks it over the right side, but it is foul. Maddie Perigo steps back into the box. 2 on, 2 outs, counts 2-2. Swing and a deflection. Ball goes back to the backstop. Welch throws the ball back to Hunt. Hunt settles in, looking at the batter. And that ball is hit back to Hunt, who then throws over to first base for the third out. And no runs have accrued, so the score remains the same. The score is 2-0. North Carolina leading Virginia going to the bottom of the third. And if you're keeping the score at home, that's a 1-3 putout. All right. Bottom of the third, we got number 4, Miranda Thacker, the third baseman. She'll be followed by Haven Tyree, number 55, center fielder, and then followed by number 25, Serenity Diener. The skies look pretty clear at one section, so I don't think I've seen that much blue in the last 5 days. We're finally getting some clear skies. The dark clouds are pushing from east to west, or west to east, sorry. And then the wind is still pretty obvious because the flag is flowing from first base to third base at a pretty good clip. So any ball hitting this in the air, fly ball, will be a little tricky to play because the wind will play with the ball. Zoe Colmanson finishes up her tosses, and then Kaiser throws the ball down to second base. Everybody joins in as normal to the mound in the infield, and the girls in the outfield are having a little dance. And they break at the mound.
Coming into bat,
and then we come to the bottom of the third.
Miranda Thacker.
So as Thacker comes into the plate. No balls, no strikes, no outs. Thacker comes into the plate. Culberson comes to the mound. And the two shall meet now. Strike one. What do they say is Newton's law of physics principles? The immovable force meets the. Sorry about that. That's strike two. The immeasurable force meets the immovable object. There you go. And the pitch, swing, it pops it up. It is foul. No chance for the third baseman, number 22, Addie Carpenter, to get that. And Thacker has to come back. Oh, and 2 remains to count in the pitch. Ball one outside. And the pitch from Culberson. Swing and a miss. Thacker goes down swinging for the first out in the bottom of the third.
Now battling the center fielder, number 55, Haven Tyree.
All right, we have Haven Tyree here, number 55. As I've mentioned before, I love the spelling of her first name, H-A-V-I-N, so it's 2 I's, and but it's pronounced Haven. As she hits the ball over, and it is a fair ball, and she's running to second, and she makes it safely to second. She hit a ball to the left, to the third baseline, and it falls just on the grass, just inside the foul line, so she is safe at second with a or a sliding double because she slid.
Now batting, number 25, Serenity Dina.
So with 1 out, 1 on, Serenity Diener is at the plate. Zoe looks in on Kaiser, delivers the pitch. Strike one is the call. Zoe's got a bug in her mask. Time is called. Nothing like having a bug in your face when you have a mask on. All right, everything's right in the world. Swing and a miss, strike two. Oh, and 2 to count to Diener. And the pitch from Culberson, slow roller, going down to third. And she is called out at third. Tyree is called out at third. So that is 2 outs. Tyree is called out at third after the pitch got by Kaiser. She picks up the ball, rifles it to the third baseman, Carpenter. And that pitch is a hit into the center fielder who catches it. And that's not Addie Carpenter, that's Emmy Rushing catching the third and final out of the third inning. And as we go to the top of the fourth, North Carolina is leading Virginia 2-0. And if you're keeping score at home, the last hit was a 8 unassisted or a F8. All right, as we head to the fourth.
North Carolina 2, Virginia 0.
All right, as the pitcher warms up, that is Reagan Hunt on the mound. And Welch is the battery mate. We will have 00 Marissa Kaiser, the catcher for North Carolina, come to the plate. She will be followed by number 11, Addie Moorhead. And then number 19, Zoe Culberson, the pitcher, will wrap up the top 3. There's more and more sun coming out. It makes no sense that for the last 5 days it's been nothing but cloudy skies, overcast, rain, 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 rain. And then today, when we have the final game in the World Series, or maybe the final game, if Virginia comes back and takes the game, then we'll be playing a second game. But it's still the last 2 teams in the tournament, and they're starting to get a really nice weather to play a game under. And they deserve it. They don't need to be playing in the rain or in dirty conditions or muddy conditions. They need to have nice conditions, sunny, clear, so they can concentrate on the task at hand. All right, Kaiser comes into the plate. Hunt is at the mound, about to deliver to Welch, and the pitch. Strike 1, says the umpire. And the pitch. Oh, that hits Kaiser in the ankle, and she is off to first base. She appears to does have an ankle guard on, so that does soften the blow a little bit, but the bone definitely still feels it. So Addie Moorhead now is at the plate. 1 on, no outs. Moorhead looks and swings and misses. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 to Moorhead. And the pitch comes from Hunt. Foul ball, strike 2. That just whizzed by the umpire's head. Moorhead is generous and throws the ball back to Hunt. And Hunt throws the ball back. Ball 1. Generous was the wrong word. Courteous. It was courteous and threw the ball back because it was at her feet when she was outside the box, so it would be easier just for her to throw it back. Strike 3. Swing and a miss. So Moorhead goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Zoe Culberson, the pitcher. And that's 1 out now. Zoe Culberson looks at the ball. And the pitch. That's strike. Count is 1-1 now. And the pitch. High ball 2. Culberson gets back into the box. Counts 2-1 with 1 out. Oh, that was ball 3, but she chased it. Strike 2. That ball was at her head, at the height of her head, not at her head, but at the height of her head. As she swung, she was expecting something completely different. And that brings a full count to Culberson. Kaiser's over at first still. And Hunt delivers. Strike 3, she is caught looking. Culberson is caught looking. That makes 2 outs.
Now batting number 7, Oakley Herring.
And Herring comes to the plate. She had got caught at third base due to a force play, but she slid in and was trying to get in under the tag, but she was tagged out. And she's now up with 1 on, 2 outs. And she pops it up to the right side. It is outside of fair territory, but it is caught by the first baseman, Carly Falls, for the 3rd and final out. So with no runs, the score remains 2-0 North Carolina. as North Carolina takes the field and Virginia is prepared to go to bat. We will see number 17, Maddie Siemens, the right fielder, lead off with number 2, Megan Tweedy, and then followed by number 12, Nani Brown. Culbertson is still pitching, and I imagine Kaiser is still batting or catching, but she has to get into her gear because she was on first base in the previous inning when it ended. So they're giving her, the umpires are giving a little leeway for that. I'm just glad it really is a nice day today now. I mean, it threatened to rain earlier, around 2 o'clock, 2:30, but it is definitely has changed its mind and how it wanted to handle itself. Got white puffy clouds now floating gently from west to east. And as Ulverson warms up, Kaiser throws it down to second base, and everybody's ready. So we are in the bottom of the 4th. Umpire comes in and does his job by cleaning the plate. He gets another clean plate award for that. All right, Maddie Siemens comes up to the bat.
Number 17, Maddie Siemens.
And the pitch from Culberson is out, ball 1. Culberson goes back and regroups herself. Siemens gets back in the box. Zoe delivers. Little high, says the umpire, for ball 2. And the pitch by Culberson. Strike 1. And the pitch. Strike 2. Just caught the outside corner. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Siemens goes down swinging. So now we have 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd, or bottom of the 4th, my apologies.
Into the box, number 2, Megan Tweedy.
So now we have Megan Tweedy coming to the plate. And the pitch. Popped up to the third baseman. She's in foul territory, but catches the ball easily for the 2nd out. 1 pitch, 1 out. So now we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting number 12, Nani Brown.
So number 12, Nani Brown, comes to the plate. She is the shortstop for this game. The last game I saw the Virginia team play, she was the pitcher, and she pitched the entire game, and a marvelous job she did. And that ball is knocked down to third base. Third baseman throws over to first for the 3rd and final out. That was a quick work in that inning for Culberson and her team. No runs, no hits. And now we go to the top of the 5th. The score now is still 2-0. North Carolina over Virginia. And we go into the top of the 5th. We're over halfway now through this World Series final game. North Carolina wins, they go on, and that's it. They win. If Virginia wins, there will be 1 more game as a playoff, because North Carolina has not lost in this tournament. Virginia has lost 1. So Virginia needs to at least get 2 more runs between now and the end of the game to force an extra inning game. And it looks like number 7 now is pitching. That's Addie Camden. She is back in the game as a pitcher, so I imagine Reagan Hunt would go back to second base. So Camden is back in pitching. And as the Virginia players meet at the inner circle, they all high-fiving and giving each other encouragement, which is a great sign. Welch behind the plate.
Now batting for North Carolina, number 6, Avery Price.
Avery Price comes to the plate. Pops it up to the, above the after the second baseman cannot get it. Number 3 Reagan Hunt cannot get the ball. It's hit over her head. It hits into the grass. So Avery Price is safe at first. Let's see. Yes, there we go. All right, top of the 5th. 1 on, no outs. And Culberson, number 18, comes to the plate. Blair Culberson. Now, Blair Culberson is a twin to Zoe Culberson, I just found out recently. Her grandmother is sitting nearby. She mentioned it to me earlier. And so the two are twins. So Blair Culberson is playing shortstop, and that ball is high. 2-0 the count to Blair. So you have number 18, Blair Culberson, at the plate right now. She will be followed by number 10, Rushing, and then Bates will follow her. Strike 1. So 2-1 the count. As you hear codes being shouted, that's why the wristbands are on. And the pitch. Oh, she offers up for a bunt to try and get herself on, or at least move up Price. But it's a miss, so now the count is 2-2. So 2-2 to count to Price. I'm sorry, Culberson. And the dirt roller. 3-2, and she almost catches Price napping on first. That Price has to dive back in. She is still safe. So with a full count, Blair Culberson comes back into the box, awaiting Addie Camden's pitch, and she pops it up over third baseman's head, and it falls for a hit. Price stays at second. So Price at second, Culberson at first. No outs in the top of the 5th. Nani Brown was going back, trying desperately to get to this ball as she was running out of dirt room, and then hits the grass, and it falls in front of the left fielder, Bridget Jones. Really had nothing to either one of them could get to. It was just in there. So now Price at second, Culberson at first. Let me clear these counts here. So we now have that. And Rushing is looking to lay down a bunt, but she pulled it back, and the count is, don't know, it's not listed. I'm waiting for Blue to hold a finger. And the pitch from Camden, strike 1, at least as far as I know. One, there we go. All right, 1-1 the count. Yeah, there was a pitch there that the board was not showing. And the pitch. Strike 2. She reached for that ball with the bat, so it's considered a swing. So she has 2 strikes on her now. 1-2 the count, no outs. As high and inside, ball 2, evens it up. Oh, forgot to put the second base line up there. So Price and Culberson are on. Price at second, Culberson at first. And as low as it hits the plate. Full count. Rushing, Emmy Rushing, number 10. She's a center fielder. And Virginia's Addie Camden throws, and Rushing pops it up, foul territory, and Brown comes in and wait a minute. Okay, so here is what happened. Rushing is out, but she carried the Nani Brown caught the ball inbounds or in the playing field, but then carried it outside the line, which is behind the backstop. So that is a infraction that allows Price to move to third, Culberson to second, but Rushing is out on a pop-up to the third baseman, Nani Brown. So now we have, let me refix this out now that I have the facts straight. And we have a 1-0 count to Bates. She fouls the second pitch back for a strike, so that's 1-1. But Nani Brown did a great job grabbing the ball. She had to run quite a distance to get the ball, and she caught it inbounds, but in foul territory. But there's a little white line that separates the backstop and the. That was a quick throw, and Price almost got picked off. But there's a white line that connects the back of the backstop to the dugout, and she carried the ball, through her momentum, and that caused the infraction by what the umpire called, and allowed the two runners for North Carolina to advance. Now we have one out, 2-2's to count. So now that I got all that explained, I can catch up. And Bates hits it to right field, far enough possibly for Price to come in. Yes, the ball is coming in. Price scores on the sac fly. So Bates sac fly, which would be a F9, allows Price to score. So now we have a 3-0 score. People screaming their heads off around here. Well, go back to 2 outs. There we go. And now we only have one person on. So Culberson is over at third, begging Motley to knock her in. So this is number 3, Jalen Motley. And the pitch, and she pounds it into left field. And Nani Brown was able to run into the grassy area, catch the ball for the final out, keep the bleeding to a minimum. So now the score is 3-0 going to the bottom of the 5th. So that is a pop-up to the shortstop, so that's a P6 in your scorecard. And as Virginia has a powwow on the first base foul line, the North Carolina team assumes their positions in the field. And let's see. Trying to figure out who would be batting. I believe it's Jones is first, but I want to make sure. It is the 5th inning, the bottom of the 5th. Some wind is kicking up again. All the flags that are flying. As Kaiser gets down behind the plate. I think there's a substitute. All right, Coach GCM is going back to the dugout. And as coach for Virginia walks around, gives encouragement to Jones. Yes, that was the case. It was Jones coming up. All righty. So Bridget Jones, number 15, the left fielder, gets her first pitch and is called a ball.
Number 15, Bridget Jones.
This is a great defensive game going on here. Both sides have played magnificent. There were some really good plays by Nani Jones in the field. And that is hit to the third baseman. It throws it over to first, and Bridget Jones is out. That was a Addie Carpenter to Addie Moorhead as the Addie out. Addie. So that's a 5-3 put out. Welch is at the plate now. Number 1, Emily Welch. She's the catcher for Virginia. Don't let her diminutive size fool you. This girl can play catcher. That's a foul back for strike 1. Let me remove that ball. That's not to her. That was the previous batter, Jones. But Emily Welch is a well-trained catcher, and she does a fine job behind the plate as she dumps in. The ball comes in close to her, and she backs off just in time to receive a ball. So the count is 1-1 with 1 out. Sorry, I forgot to put the 1 out for Bridget. All right, Welch is back into the plate. That is high, ball 2. As Zoe looks in on Kaiser. She delivers a pitch, and it's popped up, hits the top of the backstop and straight back down in front of the plate. But yet it's still a strike, so.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I agree with the umpire, or concur. Culbertson looks in, and Welch bops it over the first baseman's head, and Welch is safe on first. So Welch is safe at first after popping a ball over the first baseman's Addie Moorhead's head, just lightly touching the grass beyond her reach. All right, we have Camden at the plate now, and second baseman Bree Bates throws it over to Addie Moorhead for the out. So that's a 4-3 put out, and Welch moves to second on the play. So now we have 2 outs. Welch on second. So Welch on second, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. And Hunt is at the plate, Reagan Hunt, number 3. And the first pitch is called a strike. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Welch gets back in time before anybody throws the ball at her, to the second baseman or shortstop, not at Welch. And the pitch from Culbertson, popped up, and it looks like it's playable by the second baseman, Bree Bates. And it is, so that's the 3rd and final out. And as we go to the top of the 6th, I do not know what the language. All right, here we go. I'm going to mute the mic.
Hey, look. Not another word. I did not see it. Not another word. Not one more word. Not one more word.
Believe it or not, I had to mute the microphone on that one. I do not have a pushback button to cancel out the language that was just spoken. I do not know what happened. I did not see it. I did not see what happened. Something happened. It must have happened out of my line of sight behind the batter's cage, the backstop, I'm sorry. So,
Hey, look, we're better than that, okay, right now? Thank you. Come on, I know that.
All right. Let's get back to the task at hand. It is the top of the sixth. Number 22, Addie Carpenter, will lead off, followed by number 4, Lily Johnson, and after that will be number 5, Maddie Perigo. And we are in the 6th inning, the top of the 6th. And the score is 3-0, North Carolina leading over Virginia. And we still have number 3, Reagan Hunt, on the mound. Oh, no, it was they're switching back and forth. It appears that Addie Camden was pitching the last inning. So now Reagan is back at the mound, and imagine Camden is going to second base again. So they seem to be going back, and that's exactly where Camden is going to second base. So they seem to be flipping back and forth. It's a tactic I haven't seen but in a while, but it can be very effective because it gives a chance for the pitcher to cool down a little bit. And that is strike 1 on Carpenter, who bats left.
Number 22, Addie Carpenter.
So alternating pitchers like that will give your player an opportunity to cool down and gain some strength from the rest. But even though they are playing a position, but it's very tasking to keep throwing the ball over and over and over again, especially after all the games that we've played. This is the 14th game. So it's like they need a little bit of a respite, and we've had a bit of a overtasking of some of these players in a short amount of time because of the rain. So it's like, yeah, they have time off when it's raining and everything, but then you're jamming these games in to try and get it in between the raindrops. So count now is 2-2 to Carpenter. Sorry, Carpenter still at bat. So 2-2, no outs here in the top of the 6th. And that ball is hit directly to Nani Brown for the out. So that's 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And that will bring up, that's a 6 unassisted. And
Lily Johnson.
That's Lily Johnson at the plate now, number 4. She's the right fielder for North Carolina. And the pitch from there is going over the third baseman's head, but it is foul and is chased down by Nani Johnson. No surprise there. She's quick. But it is now strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And that pitch is hit into the left center field. And center fielder wrong team. Center fielder Haven Tyree tracks down that ball for the 2nd out.
Now batting number 5, Maddie Perigo.
All right, so Haven Tyree tracked down that ball in center field. She is number 55. So now we have Perigo at the plate. So that was an F8 or 8 unassisted, depending on how you want to write it in your scorecard. All right, Hunt is ready to pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And we had a ball up there from the previous pitch. My apologies for missing that. But we do have 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. North Carolina leading Virginia 3-0 in the final game of the World Series, or maybe final game if we have one more game if Virginia wins. But if North Carolina wins, this is the final game of the World Series of the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series, the Dixie Bells division. And the pitch, strike 2. So the count is 2-2. And the umpire agrees. 2-2 with 2 outs to Perigo. And that ball is hit over the second baseman's head. She does not able to get it as it rolls onto the grass. So now it is Perigo at first. And that allows the next batter, Kaiser, to come to the plate. So Perigo's on first due to a ball that was hit slightly out of the reach of the second baseman, Addie Camden. And now Kaiser, the catcher for North Carolina, comes up to the plate. All right, 2 outs, 1 on. And the pitch. That is fouled back. Strike one. Oh and 1, 2 outs. Kaiser's getting in her groove. There you go. She's in the batter's box now. Hunt is ready to pitch. Low and inside. Ball one. Alrighty. Reagan Hunt leans in and delivers. And that is fouled down the third base side. That's 1 and 2 the count now to Kaiser. Glad to see that the umpire's on the same page as I am, or I am on the same page as the umpire. As long as we're equal, we're good. High and outside, ball two. Hunt wanted to see if Kaiser would go out and chase that one. And even if she did hit it, it would just be a foul. So it was a good safety pitch. And Hunt delivers. And that is fouled down the ball. That is foul ball. But the funny thing about it is, I swear the ball went between Kaiser's leg as it fouled off. It was like the one leg was forward, the other leg was back, and the ball went right between the legs as it rolled foul. Craziest thing. That will leave the count at 2 and 2. Perigo's still at first. She has not budged. She figures with Kaiser's ability, they'll be able to move her along. And that ball is fouled off. Now, Kaiser, for the most part, during the tournament has done very well, but Virginia has kept her in check. She grounded into a double play back in the first and then grounded it back to the, I'm sorry, scratched that. That was Perigo who did that. She had gotten on base twice in the last 2 innings, so the second base she was able to get on and score, and then she was left on first in the fourth. All right, so we got 2 and 2, and the ball is changed out. Probably had some dirt on it. And it's hard to grip that ball when there's dirt on it. So here comes Hunt with her delivery. And that hits her again. That's what happened in the first inning. Kaiser got hit because I remember the ankle guard. So this is the second time Kaiser gets hit.
Now batting number 11,
so
Moorhead.
Perigo goes to second, Kaiser goes to first, still have 2 outs, and no way in shape, form is that an intentional hit because she was, that's a low ball and no intentional hit there at that point. I mean, intentional hit would be more up in the body, closer to the head, but I do not believe in any way, shape, or form that was an intentional. That ball just got away, and the release point was wrong. 2 outs, and Moorhead steps to the plate. Strike one. So we got 2 on, 2 out. Why is that not ringing up? There we go. Oh, and that ball is hit to the left fielder. High and dry. It is caught for the 3rd out. No runs, several hits, or 2 hits. Well, actually 1 hit and 1 hit Batman. But that was Moorhead who flew out to right field, so that's an F7 or 7 unassisted, depending on how you want to do it. All right, Virginia got 2 more innings. They will have the last at bat. We're now going to the bottom of the 6th. And the bottom of the 6th will bring number 9, Carly Falls, to the plate first, followed by number 5, Elena Robertson, and then number 4, Miranda Thacker, will bring up into 3rd position. And the score now is still 3-0. No runs were scored in that inning. think maybe a substitution is going on. That's why the coach for North Carolina is over at the scorer's table. As GCM walks back to GCM walks back to the third base coach box. So I just want to make sure everything's correct on the screen. Yep, bottom of the 6th, no outs. Scores 3-0, nobody on. And we're getting ready to go. And we have a new pitcher here. Number 11, Addie Moorhead, will switch from third. She is now the pitcher. And I don't know where Zoe Culberson is going to go. Oh, I'm sorry, who's the pitcher for there? Yeah, Zoe Culberson. We're going to see where number 19 ends up. I'm looking at backs of shirts.
Leading off for Virginia, number 9, Carly Falls.
So Carly Falls ends up at the plate. So let's see who's taking the first base position. Number 7, Oakley Herring, is now taking the third base position. So Zoe must be taking a break and sitting down, but she still will be able to bat. So Oakley Herring is now at first base. And we have it here in the bottom of the 6th. Carly Falls is at the plate. And a swing and a miss. Okay, and the pitch. Ball 1. We're getting a little bit of cloud cover, and one of them is really dark. I just hope it stays away for enough to finish this game. And then possibly the next game. I just want no more rain here. Strike 2. 1-2 to count to Falls. Falls steps out of the box, looks down at her coach. And the pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Falls strikes out for the first out of the inning.
Alina Robertson.
All righty. That will bring up number 5, Elena Robertson. She is listed as one of the extra players. See, you can only have 9 positions to play, but you have 12 batters. So there's listed as 3 that's fouled off for strike 1. But you have 12 players on the team. So you will have the opportunity to make switches and exchanges of positions and players. So, but everybody gets to bat, and with that in mind, so here's the pitch. Strike 2 is the pitch. So with that in mind, there was a game earlier I was playing. I had Alabama only had 11 players, but when they came to the 12th position in the batting order, it was automatically called as an out. So you need 12. And that's fouled off by Robertson. So when I saw it happening, I wasn't aware that this was a situation. So when they had 2 on, 2 out, and the next player is supposed to come up, and there was no 12th batter, they called it out. The inning was over, and they moved on with the game. Shocked me. That ball was high, 1-2. Moorhead is throwing steam. And she grabs a rosin bag. She leans in, looks at Kaiser. Robinson looks like she's ready, throws it a little slow to try and offset the speed trajectory of her pitches. So now it's 2-2 with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. And we go. Oh, Robertson looked like she wanted to swing at that one, but she didn't because it was high and outside. Now she has worked a full count, 3-2. Robertson steps back into the plates, 3-2. 1 out in the bottom of 6. Strike 3, caught looking. 2 Ks in a row for Moorhead.
Into the bat, number 4, Miranda Thacker.
So now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, we have Thacker coming to the plate. Number 4, Miranda Thacker. She's the third baseman, a very good third baseman. And the pitch from Moorhead. High ball 1, and it gets by the catcher Kaiser. That's Kaiser with a K. So 1-0 with 2 outs here. Thacker's back in the box. Moorhead's on the mound and is getting ready to deliver. Called strike 1. Moorhead looks in. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It's 5:45 now here in Prince George County, Virginia, and we're getting close. Strike 3. Swinging strike. Moorhead comes in and strikes out the side. We are going to the 7th inning now. Can't believe about an hour and a half ago we started this game. North Carolina is meeting at the third base side.
Visitors 3.
Virginia is starting to take the field. I love the style of Welch's catcher mask. Some people have the traditional style where it's like you have a helmet backwards and you pull the mask over it. She opts for the hockey mask style. It all depends on what you feel more comfortable with. I say it's better protection for your head, regardless. Either the ball hits you or if the bat hits you from the swing. And this way you're protected all around. The looseness of the mask over the helmet, the batting helmet, can cause a shift and everything, and the mask can come off easier, maybe do some damage to your nose or something. But in this case, she has a full cage in front of her face, and the back is protected. The back of her skull is protected, unlike the batting helmet that is used for other catchers. The other catchers tend to use. And as Welch throws the ball over to second base to signify that they are ready, we will go and begin the top of the 7th. And Culberson is coming to the plate with Herring, Price following her. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Blair Culberson, that's Zoe Culberson. So we got to make sure that's right because Zoe and Blair are twins. And unlike most twins, they have names with first names that are completely different. Usually they pick up the same letter but different names. But in this case, they went from one end of the alphabet to the other. So number 19, Zoe Culberson, is at the plate, called strike. So Zoe gets back in. Hunt delivers. Strike 2. Hunt looks like she's on a mission. She's going to make sure that nobody else scores here. And Hunt delivers. And that ball is hit over the second baseman's head into right field. The right fielder for the Virginia is Maddie Seaman. She picks up the ball and throws it back in. So Zoe Culberson gets on base with a seeing eye single over the second baseman's head. Who is second baseman, Addie Camden. Sorry, my apologies, Addie Camden. And that ball is fouled back by Herring. That is Oakley Herring. She's playing first base right now since Moorhead took over for pitching duties from Zoe Culberson. 0-1 the count. Sorry, that should be a 1. And Welch looks down and tries to chase back Culberson to first base, and she is successful. The count now is 0-2. No outs here in the top of the 7th. And the pitch. That's popped up over to the second baseman side, who catches it. The second baseman is Addie Camden. She gets that ball and chases back Culberson to first base. And now we have one out in the top of the seventh. And if you're keeping score, that is a 4 unassisted or a P4 for pop-up 4 to second base. All right, we got Price coming to the plate, Avery Price, number 6. And she fouls it back to the backstop. 0-1 to count the Price. All right, 0-1 to count with one out here in the top of the seventh. That is a gopher ball as Culberson goes to second base on the passed ball. He is now at second, and the count is 1-1 to Price. We got ones across the board. Low and outside, ball 2. Reagan Hunt sets the pitch and delivers. And Price hits it up to the shortstop. Number 4, Miranda Thacker. She has switched over to shortstop because Nani Brown is now playing third base.
Now up to bat number 18, Blair.
All right, we got 2 outs here in the top of the seventh. And we got Blair Culberson, Zoe's sister, at the plate. See if we have twin power going on here. That's low and outside, ball 1. Zoe Culberson at second, Blair Culberson at the plate. And the pitch. And that is a pop-up. Nani Brown is getting over there, and she has enough room to get it to end the inning, leaving one on base. All right. You wanted excitement? You got excitement. It is now the bottom of the seventh. And Virginia's coming to the plate, trailing by 3 to North Carolina. And if they do not at least tie North Carolina in this inning, North Carolina will go on and win the World Series. All right, we're going to see who's going to pitch this inning. Looks like Moorhead is going back out after her successful run last inning with 3 straight strikeouts. So we have the bottom of the seventh, and coming up is number 55, Haven Tyree, 25, Serenity Diener, and then number 17, Maddie Siemens. All right, the infield gathers around the mound, and you can see the outfielders dancing around. This is how they do it. That's what they've been doing all game. They are enjoying themselves. So as the infield comes in and sets itself, Kaiser gets behind the plate. Moorhead is on the mound. 3-0 North Carolina leading Virginia. Do or dies this time. Tyree is coming to the plate. She is a center fielder, and that is a low screaming gopher ball. Ball 1. The release point was too soon. An underhand pitch, if you release it too soon, it's going to be a grounder. If you release it too late, it's going up in the air. This is a fine point right in the middle that all the pitchers try and get. And then once you get that down in the pitch, strike 1. And when you get that down, the count is 1-1. Then you have like a little box that has 9 different squares in it. Top, middle, bottom, left, middle, right, fouled off. Strike 2. And that's where the finesse part comes in. If you can train yourself to pitch to any one of those 9 boxes for a strike, you will be considered a very good control pitcher. And then there's things called waste pitches where you're throwing them outside the strike zone, like that one. Or it's a ball that got away from you. A lot of different things to keep an eye on while you're watching games like this. So we got 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moorhead delivers, swing and a miss. Tyree strikes out for the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning. So that is 4 straight strikeouts for Moorhead. Moorhead delivers. Ball 1 to Diener. Number 25, Serenity Diener, is at the plate. All of a sudden it got a little quiet. Oh, we got to make the adjustments here. Sorry, it's 1. And there's no strikes. Scratch that, strike 1. 1-1 to Diener with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And the pitch. High ball 2. Two and 1 to Diener. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And that ball is hit over to the second baseman. She picks it up and gives it over to first baseman. That is 2 outs. North Carolina is 1 out away from winning the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series. But the game is not over. Do not celebrate too soon. Do not celebrate. Anything can happen. That's the best thing about these games. 1 pitch, 1 bat. Doesn't matter. Game's not over until the umpire says so. All right, we got two outs now. Strike 1. Oh, and for those keeping score at home, that was a 4-3 put out. And we have Maddie Siemens here, the right fielder, who is at the plate facing Moorhead. And the pitch, foul back, strike 2. Virginia down to their last strike. Maddie Siemens steps out, looks calm, just regrouping herself, making sure everything's good. She knows what the situation is, but she can handle it. And the pitch from Moorhead. Strike 3, that is it. North Carolina goes undefeated in the 2024 Dixie Softball World Series. Moorhead comes in, strikes out 5 of the last 6 batters of Virginia. Magnificently done by North Carolina over the course of the entire tournament to go undefeated. My hat goes off to Virginia. They did a marvelous job getting here to the finals. They played magnificently. They had some great competition coming up. Now the players are all meeting each other at home base. Give you that shot instead. And everybody here said, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game. It's like a little centipede line going on there. I will leave the feed up and right now because I want you to see the presentations of the awards. We hadn't done it all tournament, but for today, I have been showing that because we were getting closer and closer to the end. So Siemens strikes out for the final out. GCM, that's what it's called. That's what the call is over from the players. GCM is the coach. The coaches are hugging each other. And then Addie is the second chant with Addie Moorhead for striking out 5 of the last 6 batters. And now the North Carolina team takes their flag and is about to plant it in the shortstop area of the dirt field here on Grayson P. Austin Field. And it looks like some of the fans of North Carolina are starting to gather on the clubhouse side. They are not really allowed to go on any further. They're supposed to stay off the field, but the umps are letting them stay at least by the dugout. If anything, I'm so glad that the weather held off today. It's been a brutal 5 days of playing. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and today for the 5th day. But this should have been a 3-day tournament, but because of the weather and the delays and everything, it was horrendous. But the kids played through it, and I enjoyed doing it myself, and I'm sure Robert Williamson, the owner of JockJive Sports, who is tearing down the equipment off of the other field. In fact, I can see him now in the center field. I think I'm about to lose my camera, which I just did. The center field camera is now no longer there because he's tearing it down. And you see the league commissioners around the table. Let's see, let me get that. I think, no, by Dan is the first one. Dan Stewart is the national commissioners for the Bells. So he is the lead commissioner that is here. And a shout out to all the national commissioners for the Sweeties, the Darlings, the Angels, the Ponytails, the Bells, and the Debs. This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be the Sweeties or Darlings and Angels. They will be playing for their World Series here. But Dan Stewart is for the Bells, and Jim Williams was for the Ponytails, who was South Carolina won the Ponytail division earlier today. South Carolina beat Virginia, so Virginia took a double knock today. They made it to the final round, but were not able to get over to that final hump. South Carolina beat Virginia, and now North Carolina beat Virginia. So we have the national officers here for the Dixie Softball Inc. is Obie Evans, the president and the treasurer, Preston Leonard, the vice president, Jennifer McDonald, the secretary, and Gordon Hobbs, the vice president emeritus. And like I said, the national commissioners are Leland Gaston, Arnold King, Danny Brooks, Jim Williams, Dan Stewart, and Ron Hudson. The national directors are Joel Fokowski, Doug Garrett, Reggie Evison, Lee Ellis, Todd Helmsley, and Terry Averett. I'm going to mic myself off so you can hear what's going on.
I want to thank Prince George for hosting, for the commissioners who helped put this on, Rob Ely, the grounds crew, all the volunteers in the concession stand, sports and the scorekeepers, the announcers, and our umpires. They all did a great job, and it's been and the photographer, and JockJive. It's been my privilege to be here and spend a week with you in beautiful Virginia, although it's a little rainy, but it's still beautiful. And so my thanks to Rob and all this crew for a great job. We greatly appreciate it. It was a great tournament, and you know, it just makes me happy to be able to be here and participate with you guys. All right, this time we're going to pass out some awards, and I'm going to let Tony announce.
The Sportsmanship Award is the most coveted award in the sports world. This award signifies that the team as a whole, including the players, coaches, and fans, exemplify a true winning attitude and show sportsmanship on and off the field. This award is voted on by the umpires at the end of each game based upon the actions before, during, and after the game. This tournament Sportsmanship Award goes to Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to congratulate Virginia as the World Series runner-up. Ladies, as your name is called, please come forward to shake the hand of the National Bells Commissioner, Dan Stewart, the National Ponytail Director, Jim Williams, and the Virginia National Director, Terry Avery. Number 12, Nani Brown. Number 15, Bridget Jones. Number 1, Emily Welch. Number 7, Addie Camden. Number 3, Reagan Hunt. Number 9, Carly Falls. Number 5, Elena Robertson. Number 4, Miranda Thacker. Number 55, Hayden Tyree. Number 25, Serenity Diener. Number 17, Maddie Seaman. Number 2, Megan Tweedy. Manager, Brendan Welch. Coach, Caleb Falls. And Coach, Hunter Welch. Ladies, you may now go and receive your trophy. Congratulations. And now, congratulations to the North Carolina Bells Dixie World Series champions. Number 22, Addie Carpenter. Number 4, Lily Johnson. Number 5, Maddie Perigo. Number 00, Marissa Kaiser. Number 11, Addie Moorhead. Number 19, Zoe Culberson. Number 7, Oakley Herring. Number 6, Avery Price. Number 18, Blair Culberson. Number 10, Emmy Rushing. Number 9, Bree Bates. Number 3, Jalen Motley. Manager, Dustin Moorhead. Coach, Wesley Culberson. And Coach Ashley Price. World Series Dixie Bells champions, North Carolina, you can now go get your trophy.
As North Carolina receives their trophy and their flag that they have announced that they are now the 2024 Dixie Softball World Champions. I actually got a call, World Championship game.
This concludes the World
That's a first
Series.
for me.
I would like to thank Mr.
Done many other
Robinson
games,
and all his
but not a
crew,
final game.
all of the grounds operators,
So I am very happy
all of the
and privileged and
volunteers, all
honored.
of the concession workers, and all of our Dixie officials. Everyone, please have a safe trip home.
And as the announcer asks everybody to have a safe trip home, I wish you have a safe trip home as well, if you're not at home yet. But I would just like to say that that was my first final World Series game, and I was honored and pleasured to see it and call it. And to have the last out be a strikeout, that's any announcer's dream. I mean, it doesn't matter who win at that point, but the announcer always has dreams about going to the World Series and announcing the game and then having these special calls that are made. And I got to experience it, and I was very happy. It took, I'm 60 years old, so I'm like, it took a long time. Anyway, again, I'd like to thank everybody for from the Prince George County Park here that took care of the attendees and the players, and it was a very wonderful experience. They took care of Robert and myself, the announcer. They took care of everybody else here. The kids had a great time, the coaches and the parents, and they all seemed to have a great time. Just Mother Nature was not behaving herself. She was a bad girl. She needs to be put in timeout for a couple days, and then at least till Tuesday, because this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be the next line of the World Series, which is involving the Angels and Darlings. That is the age range from 7 to 9 for the Angels and the 9 to 11 for the Darlings. So here we go. It is what it is. The Ponytails is 11-13, and the Dixie Bells is what this group is. They're 13 to 15. So this is it. This is the final call. This is Trey James for JockJive Sports here in Prince George County, Virginia. It's been a run. It's been a heck of a 5 days, and I really hate to call it quits, but I got to get out of here. I got more work to do elsewhere. Thanks again. God bless. Take care, and goodbye.